Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
welcome to Midnight Madness Live. We got a hot one tonight. Oh, there's 20 in here already. Look at this great meme. You don't make the rules. I would like to. I think I have good values, good morals, maturity level above some of the other ones in here. Mean memery. Yes, there are mean memories. Memes gone too far are ones that put people in sexual situations, kind of rapey memes, that also are aggressive towards the person they're intended towards, also to laugh at the homosexual community. So yes, mean memery is a thing. And you know what? The Fudge campaign, blame the Fudge campaign, is notorious for most of it. And I'm not done with them yet either. We got a little bit of a crossover. But we're going to talk about the hot stuff tonight. Man, I got a lot of Menace snowflakes whining about me on Twitter. Let me get to the chat. And you know what? I've been nothing but respectful to the Menace ladies. All the Menace ladies. All the Menace. Remember that? I love to have the Menace ladies on to speak their mind. That meme wasn't intended about them. It was revealing to what Jeremy's thought process is. Because I'll tell you what I've long said, and I think people are finally realizing, there are right-wing SJWs. And Jeremy is a disgrace to right-wingers. Because he's just an SJW too, along with a lot of the popular YouTubers on here, always whining about women. Okay? The funniest thing I heard tonight came from Geeky Candy, and I have, hey, props to Candace of Geeky Candy. I love her. I love that she speaks her mind. I like that she defends her friends. Same with Ruthie and Darth Barbie. In the mayhem, I have a hard time with the mayhem. She talks a lot. I get dizzy when she talks. I'll be honest. she talks fast, furious, and she brings the mayhem. But the funniest thing I heard tonight was Geeky Candy saying, Max, don't use women for clicks. Are you serious, Candace? All these Menace alpha dogs on the internet, real men, real alpha dogs that whine about women in entertainment. She's telling me not to use women as clicks. That wasn't the title of my video. That was one image from part of my video, Candace. And I retweeted it to Jeremy and Ryan Kinnell. And guess what? You know how they say monetize your haters? I'm starting a new hashtag, monetize the Menace. They make it easy on me. And you know what? I'm calling out Jeremy. He said he would come on my channel for the last hater stream. I didn't have much to talk about, but now I do. So it's back on. Jeremy, I'm having you on my channel. Tell me when you're free. I know you're with Drunk and Exaggeration Nation and Thomas Gilkey, I think. And props, you're having fun with your boys. I can respect that. Having a good night. So when you get some free time, the hater stream is back on. And if you need the audio proof that said he would, I have it. I have the audio proof because it's on my channel. Because the entertainment hacker, came in to try to confront Jarbo. So I have the proof that says he'll come back on my channel. Now I have a reason. Let's talk about this stuff because the worst hot take of 2020 goes to Jeremy and Ryan Kinnell on the Project Luminous. This is why I go after them so hard when they're idiots on the internet, because everything that we've been complaining about Lucasfilm and Star Wars, if you just wait to hate everything, don't give them a chance. Hey, Wookiee supremacy. I love you, brother. I love Wookiees. Oh, they're upset by the Invisible Man? Alita. What about Alita? I don't smoke. Man, we'll see how an episode goes if I did in the future, but I have never smoked one. I got a mellow, bro. Is that what you? Okay, Wookie, I love you, bro. But is that what you tell the Fandom Menace personalities when they're talking about Brie Larson, Kathy Kennedy, and Lucasfilm? Is that what you say that hey, Jeremy, you gotta chill? And what's the argument today that everyone in the Menace retweeted? Don't use women for clicks. Okay, if I don't, then Jeremy can't. If I'm not allowed to use women for clicks, and I didn't, that was about Jeremy. Don't hide behind the women either. The women have been retweeting me like crazy. Jeremy, come on, brother. We got one more hater stream left. Come on, Kiddo, Mr. EU Muscles. I want to talk to you about that. You're not that innocent. And that video was trash. Garbage tier. What is real? I'll have a real moment with you, okay? I'm not on the left. I'm not on the right. I'm not anti-SJW. I'm not SJW. But what I've seen is a bunch of fan movements that like to criticize the entertainment industry when they are criticized themselves. They can't take it. Hey, Moira. Okay, Moira. All right, but realize they were on me on Twitter tonight criticizing me when I'm just doing a reaction to what they're doing and how it's bad for fandom. It is very bad. And yes, they set the tone for all the other channels, saying diversity when you're talking about writing fiction is bad. This is why fandom gets ignored. This is why I put the biggest issue in Star Wars right now is the fandom itself. Kathy is on her way out. She's being phased out, and they're starting at square one with the writing process. How is that a bad thing? And then when you're ready to hate, waiting to hate, this is why fandom is always ignored, because this type of crap. So what does this do? What does ignoring this behavior do? It causes, don't call us toxic. But what is the majority of our words? And words have meaning. Use responsibility for your words. Is it just for fun? If this is the majority and everyone loves to point for small examples where there's a difference of opinion. What is the majority? What's the trending content coming out of the Menace right now? All right. I'm looking at the chat a little bit. And I didn't even tweet this out. I'm going to tweet it out. Get some more eyes in here. I'm actually not that mad tonight. I'm not that mad. I think it's hilarious, actually. I do respect the Menace ladies. I do not respect Jeremy. If you know my channel, and I don't want to cancel Jeremy or Geeks and Gamers either. You know, he made a joke of it last time. # be better. That's what I want for everyone. Oh, I got 5 thumbs down. I had to thumbs that up. Is there memery? That's another. He also called for a war campaign type group on Twitter. That's really mature. What I think why it got so heated today on Twitter was that I used an image from my video as a meme about Jeremy's erase board because he criticized Lucasfilm. So that got a lot of attention. And then I said I never I never attacked Jeremy's intelligence level. I am attacking his maturity level, and maybe that's why he should get back to school, because he's not mature. And that goes for a lot of the fandom. Oh, thanks, Wookie. Yeah, you could come on the show. All right. Why is that funny, though? I think we all should be better. Yeah. I'm open to criticism. Criticize me all you want. Look at this meme of me today. I love this meme. I want to make the rules. That's what the madman is bringing to this fandom. Yeah. I like it. And mean memery does exist, not Phobixino. Sorry, Phobixino. Not you. No way. No way. Yes, mean memery does exist, and the Fudge campaign is at it. Yes. But I'll tell you what, Geeky Candy's comment about don't use women for clicks. What would all these alpha dogs do on what would all these alpha dogs do on YouTube across, and I'm talking most of the high council. Yeah, actually, look at your high council. If you say don't blanket state, don't paint us with a broad brush, bro. Look at your high council. It's ridiculous. Stealing Solo, still unanswered questions. Cecil is funny, but cash grab is a diagnosis for what Comicsgate has become, and it's more of the intent there was to give a big fu to Doug TenNapel. So you did that, and you're making fun of the fact that your whole movement is actually a cash grab. There's the cons that you're planning for a movement that's stalled, and it's 100% fan funded. Lots of people put on cons, and they invest in it and don't expect their own fans. 100% of these fandom movements is all coming from the bank of fandom. And then you have Jeremy coming back. That the reprints that were promised are never coming. And then he might have lawyered up. And he's gone real silent. That's what's unanswered questions. He promised, I'm going to ship a new one. Did that happen? No. He said it was the printer's fault. If it was the printer's fault, then you would have got the reprints. But what's happened? Now, this is rumor and speculation that he lawyered up. False advertising in your perks. No attempt to fulfill perks on Indiegogo. Now, do Indiegogos usually get treatment on them, or do people usually sue? No. But when there's a big one, and I'm not telling people to sue. I'm just saying, if you want to know the facts, or not, if you want to know the rumors and what possibly could happen, if there's no attempt to fulfill the perks and flat out lies about resolving the problem and who was the problem, this is your leadership in the Fandom Menace. Fail, brothers and sisters. Fail. Oh my. Let me see here. Hey, Irish. Now, what is my opinion that right-wing SJWs do? And he's admitted that he's a misogynist and sexist. He has admitted it. Maybe he's doing it jokingly. What I see, and I'm not attacking the women of Geeks and Gamers, I'm attacking Jeremy because he attacked Lucasfilm, and I thought there was an interesting conversation to have there, because when Lucasfilm does something right, it's a course correction, we should reward it. If you're getting down to the writing process and wanting diversity in fiction, variety, that's a good thing. In any time, and I am correcting the fandom, because anytime diversity is mentioned, we were right. We were right. And actually, I was thinking about doing a Doomcock video. I didn't watch the video yet, but the name of his video title is Lucasfilm Hidden Agenda Confirmed. Hidden agenda. It was on their board of things to do, and diversity should be strived for. What is the real talking point? Writing and characters and story. Does it fit? Does it make sense? Are they good characters? All right. Well, okay, Moira. Thanks for your input there. I'm just doing the same thing he's doing. I'm critiquing people where I think there's BS. He thinks there's BS. I think he is BS. I think his content is BS. What do right-wing SJWs like to do? Point. How can I be sexist when I have my friend over here? That's not saying the reasons that those women have joined Geeks and Gamers, or it's not attacking them. It's examining this man. And let's be real. I think he does do certain things great. He builds up YouTubers. And that might be part of the problem. People don't want to call him out on his shit because they want their chance to shine. Bad behavior festers because of groupthink, team sports, and mob mentality. Are they an internet gang? Yeah. If I do something wrong, you all are going to call me out for it, and I value that, and I want it. The gray order. If I do something, they're going to say you shouldn't have done that. That's not the right way. That's not the gray way. And don't say what some likely. Everything is a gay joke too. Don't call us homophobic. What is the majority of the memes in the laughing at? You think laughing at gay, even if you have religious beliefs where you don't agree with it, is laughing at it the Christian way? If you're religious, it's a disgrace. Okay? Oh, and I would ask my mod squad not to block people unless they're spamming nonsense. Don't time out or block people unless they're spamming nonsense. Because I heard a rumor that my boy Maladin was blocked the other day, and that's not cool because he's not a mod. He said, I don't want to be a mod, and he has the right to speak. So I'm not pointing fingers, but mod squad, please behave. I gave you the mod because I value your opinion. Please don't block people just because. All right? All right. Should I watch the Doomcock video? I was thinking about it. But let's get to let's examine. I'm not afraid to show what caused all this chaos on Twitter was me probably saying that I never attacked your intelligence, Jeremy, but I am attacking your maturity level. And you know what? With YouTubers that are big do lack maturity for sure. That's also a YouTube problem. That's not just a Jeremy problem. We need to be more mature about this stuff. Do you have freedom of speech? Yes. Do you have freedom of speech to just do whatever and be an idiot on the internet? Yes, until it gets to a point where it's harassment with sexual memes that are intended to make people upset. And what's really ridiculous about the Fudge campaign, I'll tell you what, is that a lot of these people in this movement don't like things forced into their entertainment, but you love to force unsettling memes into the social sphere. So you like to force that, but you're against it in entertainment. If that was if those memes were in your entertainment, you would complain about it. All right. Well, don't delete comments either. Okay, phobic. Please don't. I've vouched for you in the past. Please, okay. All right. Everyone, all my mod squad behave. I never really want to have to remove a wrench. Please, please. No deleting comments or timing out people unless it's hate spam or just nonsense like immaturity. Okay. Let me see what. All right, I'm missing something. I don't intend it to be that way. It's because Edwin Boyette, when he told them to stop, he said, "Stop the fudge." Okay. All right, he said, "Stop the fudge," and that they're called war campaign. But what are they actually doing? Is just constant memeing inappropriate memes. So that's why I say stop. Hey, if you think I don't want to do an inappropriate gay joke. So if people in the chat want me to stop saying that, I'll stop saying that. All right. All right. So see, please behave, Mod Squad. You're all a little bit mad men and women in here. That's why I like you. All right. Well, please, can you take it easy? Please. All right. Well, let's get to the. I got sidetracked a little bit. Let's get to the tweet. It wasn't a video. I mean, it was included in the video, but really, got the Menace flakes melting tonight on Twitter. All right. Now, okay, let me get to the Lucasfilm first. Look at this. Complaining of, I knew it. The Fandom Menace was right. I covered this in the other one. Okay, so this is why I made this meme. If the Menace and Jeremy and Ryan Kittle can attack the virtue signaling and credibility of Lucasfilm's writing group for their new book campaign, just because diversity, which means it can also mean variety in topics, locations, types of books. Variety in the writing process is a good thing. But what's their go-to thing? Oh, this is about identity politics. Diversity is not just about identity politics. It is included in there. And then Star Wars wishes. If we can't say on the right here, that's the other underline, representation, diversity. If we can't say that we are a wish is for representation, diversity, I do question you as a person. I do. Because what's the bottom line is the implementation. Hey, Mladen, good morning. What is the real issue is the implementation of diversity, representation, and virtue signaling. So when that was done and they had a bad take, and I call out bad takes, and this was the worst one of 2020 for me, I called it out. And I made a spoof of what Jeremy's board would be, which would have it wouldn't have as many as this. It would not have as many points as this for his video content and talking points in his specific videos. When he's on, or you know what the worst one is, Josiah. The ladies do a pretty good job. And Drunk does a pretty good job. And Ryan, when he's not attached to the hip by Jeremy does a lot better. He does a lot better when he's not with this fool. So what's on the Geeks Plus dinosaurs? Because I think he is a dinosaur that needs to mature. Another shitty video, dry erase board. And I got that from Adam Rants because I think that's funny. Identity politics is the number one talking point. So that's what's on his board. And then number two, need to talk about women. If I go by Geeky Candy's logic, don't use women for clicks. Please tell Jeremy that too, because this was my video. Where is women using the women in clicks for that? What are Alphas Menace men talking about today? Diversity. They took the bait for the diversity. Geeks Plus Dinosaurs react to Star Wars The High Republic. So where am I abusing women for clicks in this thumbnail and title of the video? I don't think I am. Now, when I was doing this, I was making fun of his intentions in his thought process and that he is a proven right-wing SJW. And that's my opinion. I genuinely think he is. I think he's just as bad. Who started it doesn't matter in this war. The right-wing SJWs are bark more than ever on social media, are more obnoxious and causing more damage. So it doesn't matter who started it. But since I consider him as a right-wing SJW, what is a common thing that they like to do if they are a right-wing SJW? I can't be this because I have this person over here, which is virtue signaling. Why did I discuss that? Why did I make fun of that? Because when they were talking about Project Luminous, they're saying they're just virtue signaling with the diversity in the writer's room. There were lots of memes, kind of memes that didn't sit right with me. But you know what? Whatever. So he is just as guilty as virtue signal as everyone else. And what's the difference between these objects of hate in Hollywood? I used to not like Brie Larson myself. And then I got over it. Are they treating them like objects of hate just to hate on? Now, I called Kathy Kennedy to be fired myself. But in my videos, I feel, now maybe someone will prove me wrong, or maybe I made a mistake somewhere along the way, but I feel that when I asked for her to be fired and Rian Johnson's trilogy to be canceled, it was based on the quality of their work and them as a person. I didn't go on and on about crying about them. Whammon respecters. True, but I think Jeremy and EVS are definitely. And I've lost all respect for Jeff. World class. I kind of think Jeff just he got lucky. He got lucky because he hates everything, just like the most of the internet. It's so easy to hate everything. And then something comes along where it trends to hate, then you're going to pop. And he obviously, those that can't teach, he obviously can't create. He loves to rip on other creators. But when that heat comes at him, he crumbles. Cash grab, definitely. Stealing Soul was a cash grab. And people aren't talking about it anymore, and they should. Because he lied again. He lied in the initial campaign about his perks. He lied. Now, the reason I'm saying he lied is because if it was the printer's fault, they would have reprinted it. So he said they admitted fault. If they admitted fault, you would have got the Stealing Solo reissued. Okay? All right. Hey, Snow. Yeah, we're getting the hater stream back together. I'm counting on you, Macho Snow. I'm keeping Jeremy to his word, and I'm sure he would love to come on now. I'm sure he would love to. If I have to, I'll do a video recapping his words that he would come on. Moira Kitty. Okay, Max, I'm literally watching the Jerry Springer show right now. Almost everyone uses some kind of drama to get noticed. You have almost 50 people in your chat. Moira, if you let people be assholes in fandom, the assholes only exist and everyone else leaves. Don't call us toxic. I'm the one that tried to work with all these fools. I get a lot of crap at me. I tried to work together for something. When I found out that there's nothing and then that the trending thing is just to hate on everything, I'm out. And then I'm going to call you on it. This is not good. Fandom has been like this forever. The idiots roll. The toxic fandom. Yeah, don't call us toxic. Are you toxic? What's the majority of the words coming out of your mouth? We have the right to our own opinions. How do they exercise their opinions consistently? Is there anything new that or constructive coming out of their mouths? Or is it just waiting to hate on the next thing? Look at the reaction to Project Luminous. Star Wars movies do need to be in a slowdown, and starting from square one is what this is. Starting from square one, that is the right idea. And then to crap on it because diversity is on a board, to crap on it when it's on a board of all these other things, just because it's funny or because it'll get you clicks. This is why fandom is not taken seriously and why people leave fandom. All right? People leave because of this type of stuff. And you know what? When people call out the campaign that likes to use inappropriate memes, and yes, I am saying it's mean memery. Absolutely. I will use that to my advantage. Stop using mean memery, war campaign. When you use mean memery, it tries to silence people because they don't want to be harassed. No, not anymore. Not anymore. And I'm going to call you on it. And I'm going to say, oh, you have another gay joke with dildos in it. But you don't want to be called certain things. How do you exercise your freedom of speech? What are the words that you could, what actually is coming out of your mouth constantly when you exercise your free speech? Freedom of speech is great. Respect is too. Respect people. Respect creators. Why do YouTubers get a free pass just because you're on Team YouTube? Oh, I got to check that out. Hey, you're calling me out, Moira. I respect your opinion. When you don't call stuff out, it constantly happens and it grows. It's going into each thing now. Now it's got to be to crap on Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. When the reality of the situation is it failed because of the DCU and where the storyline fit, and they were not ready for a Joker Harley breakup and Harley to go on her own when we didn't get to see Harley interact with Joker. Just like they rushed Batman v Superman. We have to see them go at each other. It's the same situation. All right. El Borrego. All right. It's not every stream. It is not every stream. I did 3 this week. I did one with a reaction to someone else's video, and I did the other one, which I was going to let it go. And then people are coming at me on Twitter all day long. And you know what? Jeremy said he wanted to make another campaign. He wanted to make a I have to get to the tweet. Well, I'm trying to go back to the tweet here. There's been so many tweets, I can't even get to it. All right, I can't get to it. I have to find it. Oh, quartering backpedaled hard. That's disappointing. But you know what? I don't respect him much either. He does the same thing. Just team sports. You're not playing on our team. It's not cool. I'll look at them. Hold on a second. What does it, even if you're right, what does that matter if his behavior's bad? What does it matter, even if you're right? What does that matter? He's hurting the fandom. Absolutely hurting the fandom. People are just leaving. And then he, what does he say? Misery loves company. That's how I would describe the fandom Menace is misery. Creating misery in the fandom, hating on everything, waiting to hate to the point where we're not taken seriously. Nothing is ever good enough. And I will find, oh, I shouldn't say, I got some, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. All right. Okay, fair enough. The message I want to send is that we want everyone in fandom. We want, if we have to criticize entertainment and people that work in entertainment, treat them like people too, instead of just objects of hate. And call out people in your own fandom to make it better. Don't let things go just so you get your shot to shine. Let bad behavior fester. Jeremy is a good YouTuber. He's a good YouTuber because he helps people grow and he gives them credit that come on his team. But does that excuse his content and what it does for the image of fandom? And is it quality content? And I say, no, it's not. Recently, he's been trying harder, I think. This was a big setback, him and Ryan. It was obnoxious. It was a bad take, and I called him out on it. I call out hot takes. I cover movies. I cover news and movies. I cover toys, and I cover the fandom itself. I am I'm an actual historian, not fake news like Stephen Walton. Look, if you want to see how fake news this Fandom Menace volume is, one is look at the cover. It has Stealing Solo on it. It has the Mega Hater. So what do I think actually is happening in all these communities, including Comicsgate and the Fandom Menace? I think opportunists saw the big backlash with The Last Jedi and latched on it and injected just as much politics into the conversation as Kathy Kennedy has. And SJWs in the entertainment industry. And that's why the war continues. Should you sit back and ignore stuff? No, I don't think so. I don't think you should ignore it. I leave him alone when he's doing good content. This was not good content. It was an embarrassing display for the whole fandom, and it was trending in the fandom. Don't paint us with a broad brush, bro. Don't make blanket statements. What was happening in the fandom when Project Luminous came out? You all look like a-holes. You all do. when you see diversity and you lose it saying, oh, we were right. And I won't get to the Doomcock video tonight because I'm approaching 40 minutes. But I have to actually watch it because Lucasfilm's hidden agenda confirmed. This is what it's about. This is what your movement's about. And I am spreading truth. And what the other thing I think I'm doing, now you might say, you might question if I'm actually being successful or not. Dropping truth bombs. I want to drop real truth bombs at the expense of everything. Subs, followers, friends. I lost some friends doing this. I lost a lot of stuff doing this. It's not good enough for me. This fandom sucks. The fandom sucks more than Lucasfilm right now. More than Kathy. Because what is Kathy actually producing in movies right now? What's actually going through before she exits? I don't think she's going to get Indy 5. Indy 5 with her attached, I do not think it's going to happen. And I think that is why Steven Spielberg left. He knows too. Things are changing. Project Luminous, where do you go? Where do you go when you want to try to fix things? Go to the writing process. Variety is a good thing. And a wish for diversity and representation, should that be laughed at? I saw memes where they replaced I saw on Stephen Walton's Fourth Wave. I was thinking about doing a video, but it's not even worth it because he's so irrelevant anymore. Do they have 4 members in the Fourth Wave? I'm not sure. The blockhead Stephen Walton. But anyway, they were laughing at memes where they put the writer, the African-American writer, I guess, for Project Luminous in the middle, which was virtue signaling cringy, but they put his head on everybody just to laugh at it, just to laugh at diversity. You laugh at diversity if you laugh at diversity and homophobic jokes all day long on the internet, and then you don't want to be called certain things. Take a look at yourself, and people are going to make assumptions about you. And is that fair? Hey, what is the majority of your content and your humor? Is it everything? Everyone loves the point. I didn't do it this time. What is the majority of the content and the words coming out of your mouth? And then you're going to whine like a snowflake yourself and crack and crumble when you're called out on it. Absolutely ridiculous. And there's been cancel culture in these groups too. If you want to know about cancel culture, just look at my man Snowdub. In Angus, who I don't really talk too much myself anymore well, I'm not going to talk about it here. Look at the cancel culture that Jeremy and EVS have endorsed in both of these movements. I was on a stream with EVS and he said, pick a side, either with us or against us. To criticize Doug TenNapel constantly just because you don't like him, but then to play softball for Jeff when he had a literal cash grab, and criticize SJW Comics or Marvel and DC constantly, but give everyone a free pass just because you're on your team. That's absolutely everything that Comicsgate, when it started, was against. It's about quality and it's about the consumer, and that's all lost because a bunch of right-wing SJWs, and I'm not against right-wingers, I'm saying the right-wing SJWs are monopolizing the top of all of these movements, spamming hate spam that caters using talking points, thumbnails, to make fun of SJWs are people too. Even though I say Jeremy's a right-wing SJW, he's still a person. I still wish the best for him and his family, and I wish and I hope for a better Geeks and Gamers future, including all the Menace ladies. And I ask that everyone be ladies and gentlemen, even though you exercise your freedom of speech. Man, I've been on a real soapbox tonight. Let me see what the chat. All right. Matt Jarbo. Yes, exactly. All right. Oh, the hack is here. Uh, you know what, hacker, you're completely wrong. If all you talk about is social justice, you're a social justice warrior on the opposite end. It's not a misuse of the term. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You know how you can find one Obi-Wan vlog? When you get to someone that's whenever you criticize the Menace war campaign, Comicsgate, and they don't like what they're hearing, what do you see in the comments? This is gay. Jhey. So using the term gay to imply something's bad. What did Jeremy and Ryan say on that video the other night? Late and gay. Everything about gay is funny or put in a negative context. So, do I feel I I I still am debating whether to do my documentary The Final Gate. What did I find while working with people on the internet that don't want to be called racist, sexist, and misogynist? When I didn't call them that, when I tried to work with them and actually give them constructive criticism at the beginning, I tried to work with a lot of these internet personalities. What do I get? What is the response? All I see and all I hear, the majority of the content and the conversations are just exercising their rights to be assholes and then complaining about it when someone points it out that that's what you're doing. All right. All right. I think I'm going to end it here. Look out for tomorrow. I'm going to do Fandom Friends, which I don't just do content like this. Movie Madness was delayed. Because of this. And Jeremy calling for a meme group like the war campaign is a bad look. I was one of the actual truth before this went down this week. I was actually going to tell Jeremy that what he's done with Geeks and Gamers, bringing on these ladies and some of the other personalities, even though I think he has other intentions of why he brought them on, I think they're important in the conversation. Ryan Kinnell without Jeremy is a lot better. I'll tell you that right now. I could take him a lot more seriously when he's not with that chucklehead, regurgitating his talking points to get clicks. He's a lot better, and he has a bright future. But what I was going to tell Jeremy is you need to distance yourself from Comicsgate and War Campaign. But then when he actively calls for his own meme group, hey, memes could be fun, but do these exist? I want everyone to answer in the chat. Is there memery, and has it gone too far to try to silence critics of these groups? And I didn't even get to that Griff girl going on Gail Simone's YouTube just because she's on YouTube. Now, do I like Gail Simone? Not necessarily, but there's two sides to every story. And all that you've been getting from these comic pros is ones that left the industry for the reasons they spun. Were they all kicked out of the industry because they were right wing or because of bad behavior? That's up for debate, and that might be in another video. Has she done wrong? Very possibly. I actually want to interview her. I like to get all sides of the story, but I also like to only talk to people that know how to speak out of their mouth and not the other end. All right. Love from India. Thank Oksana Joswal. I appreciate that. The meme. I actually like this one. I think I have a shot for taking over Baby Yoda. That's a cute baby. Mad baby. I'm making the rules now. I'm making the rules. Respect people ahead of your right to be an asshole. That's a good way to go. Respect over your right to be an asshole. All right. Okay, I have to look into it. I don't know all that much about her. I just know that she made one YouTube video that wasn't in context to anything that they were doing, and she got dogpiled on. So, all right. Yeah, they're not. What's the intention? What is the intention? I've also wanted to, just so you know, I was thinking about doing about a doxing and pointing video in fandom, and how it's a big issue in fandom, and how both sides have contributed to it. I got my dog's hair on her. How both sides have contributed to it, but what's also the intention in the context of the video of where their docs are pointed at? Is it aggressive? Because I've seen some war campaign where it's extremely aggressive, where they mention someone's personal information. So, yeah, it's very possible that interacting in bad behavior with fans contributed to it, not just because he was a Trump supporter. That might be the spin. That could be spin. I don't know. Yes, I agree, Mladen. They're very bad taste. They're meant to intimidate, mock the gay community, and put people in situations they're uncomfortable with, and rapey memes. The lot of the humor is there is an intended forced rape with backholes, if you want to be real. And that's a lot what's on their mind. So if that's constantly what you're doing, I'm going to make a judgment call. That's my right. All right. Hey, thanks. Thanks, movie man. I'll talk to me on Twitter if you want to ever talk. Now, I'm not saying Gail Simone's innocent either. I just would like to talk to her. And she did get dogpiled on when she made a YouTube video. So you're only getting one side of the story, and it's spun by right-wing SJWs. So you're only getting one side of it. I think there's a good discussion to be had there and an investigation. And I'd like to talk to both sides that know how to talk. That's all. It's very possible. See how much he spins stuff in drama, and don't forget. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget. I've called him con artist pro secrets in the past. Con men are very charismatic, and salesmen are. He's a good salesman. He's charismatic. That doesn't mean he's not a con artist, and that doesn't mean he's not talented either. I think he's very talented. Not sure. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know a lot about her. I just thought it would be interesting. That's all. Jalapeno milk. Thank you for the warning. I am cautiously. You might be right. Okay, you might be right. I'm not. It was an idea. I'm not like committed to it. It was an idea because I saw how she got dogpiled and how that Star Wars girl was in the comments section regurgitating talking points from EVS when she doesn't know the whole story. Okay. Dragon nails it. Where? Let me see. It's farther back. Right. I think there's a lot in Comicsgate. It may be from behavior and not delivering on their job. There are a lot of them are late, and unfortunately, okay, that's a fair point. That's a lot of YouTube personalities as well. So she works in the comic industry still. She gets a lot. She used to work with EVS, and the spin, or maybe it's not spin. He might be 100% truthful. Is that she is part of the reason that pushed him out of DC and or pushed out some of these right wingers of the comic industry. Is it truthful? It could be. The other possibility is their behavior and how they interact. You know, another thing, it might seem cool. It might seem cool to a lot of fans that someone that used to work in the industry gives you a little bit behind the scenes. Is that appropriate for previous coworkers and sharing things when they can't do it themselves if they want to continue to work in the industry? It's not fair. It might seem cool to you. It might be trending to do that, but leaking stuff to the general public, you might seem like that's a cool person, but they could be a real a-hole to do that kind of stuff. You know, everyone makes mistakes. All right. All right. Okay, I don't know. I would like to speak with her directly. It might not happen, and I don't know if I'm going to pursue it. It was an idea. Okay. I don't want to talk about it right now, honestly. I'll do some research on it. Goodbye. Echo Base. Good. Thanks for sharing, Echo Base. I think he is talented. That doesn't mean he's above criticism. And then when he's called out on criticism, to say that critics of the movement are scabs and puppy kickers is ridiculous. It's disgusting. And team sports, you're more than willing to pick on Marvel and DC creative, but because he's on your team, you give him a free pass. That's how this shit started to begin with. All right. Well, I'm going to end the show. Good night, everybody.